In this video, we're going to talk about derivative at a point. Now, it is worth noting that there are two definitions for derivative. The first one is derivative at a point. The other one is derivative of a function. So this one's derivative at a point, and the definition here is somewhat equivalent to the slope of a tangent line. And in fact, that's what we are actually doing here. To find the derivative at a point means to find the slope of the tangent line at that point. Okay, so let's have an example here. And by the way, f prime is one of the notations for derivative. There are other notations, namely d over dx, dy over dx, y prime, and we also have some other notations. So just make sure you read the materials. Our given function is f of x equals 3x minus 1. Now, the definition of derivative at a point is f prime of x sub 0, the x sub 0 is the x coordinate of the point, equals the limit of f of x minus f of x sub o over x minus x sub o as x approaches x sub o. Again, as I've said, this is the slope of the tangent line, and we already did something like this before. Okay, so let's see. So we are solving for f prime of 1, and so therefore our x sub o is 1. That's our x sub o right there. Okay, so the first thing that we should do is to find f of x sub o. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's do that. So f of x sub o is equal to 3 times x sub o minus 1. What is x sub o? X sub o is 1, so let's just plug that in. Times 1 minus 1, that gives us 2. So f of x sub o is equal to 2, and we can use that to find the derivative. Okay, so let's do that. So f prime of x sub o, which f prime of x sub o, again x sub o is 1, equals the limit as x approaches 1. Let me use another color here. Then we write our f of x. Our f of x is 3x minus 1, so let's just write that here. Minus our f of x sub o, which is 2. So let's write that there. Divided by x minus x sub o, which again is equal to 1. So let's just write 1 here. Okay, and now we can simplify. So that's the limit as x approaches 1. This one is 3x minus 1 minus 2 over x minus 1, which is equal to the limit as x approaches 1 of 3x minus 3 over x minus 1. And then in the numerator, we can factor out the 3. So that will give us 3 times x minus 1 over x minus 1. And look, we can cancel out x minus 1, which then will give us 3 as the limit. Okay? And so therefore, the derivative of 3x minus 1 at the point 1 comma 2 is equal to 3.